chapter 3 of Carmilla, we find that the young lady who's been stranded by her mother appears disoriented. The young lady asks about her, but she's also asking about someone named Matska. A room is provided and a doctor's been called, and in the drawing room there is conversation about all that has happened. They discuss the carriage accident and how the servant riders were rough-looking, and there was a strange woman who was seen, but she never got out to talk with anyone. The doctor attends to the young lady, and she seems well enough, and so our narrator goes off to visit with her. She's astonished to learn how much she looks remarkably like the intruder from her childhood. What's even more astonishing is that the young lady recognizes her in return. A few days after the arrival of the young lady, the Englishman's daughter is frustrated because she's only been able to learn 3 things about her: that her name is Carmilla, that her family is ancient and noble, and that they live somewhere to the west. Carmilla makes our narrator feel uncomfortable and confused because she dotes on her in rather a romantic way, but feelings of hostility are averted because Carmilla is so attractive. One day, as she and Carmilla were taking a walk, Carmilla became irate when our narrator began singing along with a funeral procession that was passing by. It was for a local girl who had recently died. Hers was the second death of 2. A week or so later, a traveling entertainer, acting on the knowledge of these deaths, sells them amulets to protect against the umpire. Carmilla explodes again when the man offers to fix her teeth. That evening, the Englishman reports yet another local death, and it's here that we learn Carmilla had once recovered from a condition similar to those being described in connection with these fatalities. In chapter 3, the scenery in Carmilla's room alludes to Queen Cleopatra. There's a tapestry facing the base of the bed that shows her holding a snake to her chest, because that's how the fable is told. But isn't it true that as a child, the Englishman's daughter had been bitten in the chest while lying in bed? What are we to make of this? Cleopatra died for love, so the significance of this coincidence is testy at best. We know that Carmilla tells her new friend that she will die, sweetly die, into Carmilla's life, and that the 2 of them will unite as one. But Carmilla also told her that after she dies, she will draw near to others, leaving us to wonder where this train of thought is supposed to take us. There's something to be said here about love and death, because Carmilla is behaving in a touchy-feely, very romantic way. But Carmilla has also attached cruelty to the notion of love, and so it is that she may not be looking for a long-term relationship. The essential connection, then, between the narrator and Cleopatra is that they've both been bitten in the chest. The Englishman's daughter looks at Carmilla for the first time and recoils in shock. Fearful memories of her intruder come to mind, the one who had climbed into her bed when she was only 6. It wouldn't do to go running to her father to tell him that she thinks she's discovered the culprit, because it's been 12 years, and besides, everyone told her that it was only a dream. More importantly, it's how Carmilla looks that perplexes her. But if we are to believe that Carmilla has actually committed the crime of biting a child, then the Englishman's daughter has fallen prey to someone who has her looks to help her deflect accusations of guilt. We've seen this in society, largely in the gold digger who uses her looks to gain wealth from others. As for physical crimes like biting, We've seen this kind of activity on steroids in the case of Ted Bundy, whose good looks helped him to get close to his victims. We don't know what Carmilla is up to at this point, but the narrative has combined her beauty with so many signs of danger that it seems the trait of being good looking can be linked to the art of deception.
Carmilla is the prettiest creature, so gentle and nice. She is absolutely beautiful, her features small and beautifully formed. Her complexion is rich and brilliant. Her fine dark eyes are large, burning and lustrous, and they glow. Her hair is quite wonderful, magnificently thick and long when it is down about her shoulders. It is exquisitely fine and soft, and in color a rich very dark brown, with something of gold. She is slender with pretty arms, and wonderfully graceful, though sometimes her movements are languid, very languid, indeed. Her dimpling cheeks are delightfully pretty, and she has a sweet voice to complement her melancholy expression. She is indescribably engaging, animated and very intelligent, with an ever-wakeful reserve. And yet her lips in soft kisses will gently glow upon your cheek. And her murmuring words will sound like a lullaby in your ear, soothing your resistance into a trance.